What's good, Green Thumbs? John Moody here, and this is the Johnny Learns Gardening YouTube channel. If you're interested in learning about gardening, please subscribe to the channel, and I will show you everything that I go through. So welcome back to another weekly garden update. So this is episode slash week 12, and just going to show you what I got going on. So let's do it. So, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I am absolutely no gardening expert. This is my third season of growing, and my goal is to show you what I do, how I do it, what the results are, and what I plan to do about it, so that you don't have to guess and you can just already experience it through me. My goal is to inspire you to get growing on your own, and hopefully you guys will do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start over here with my two grow bags of two different types of potatoes. As you can see, they are falling over. In my opinion, it is just about ready for harvest. I might do a harvesting video very soon. I was looking at some of my old videos because that's how I use my notes, and the first couple episodes was over 2 months ago, and I was Googling the time it takes to harvest potatoes, and it said anywhere from 60 to 90 days, depending on the variety and other factors. So I'm not sure if these grow bags just did not have enough soil in them, or if it's just time. In previous episodes, I've talked about how maybe it's because it's been underneath the willow tree and it's not getting enough sunlight, because I planted these potatoes on the same day at the same time, and they are still pretty green and standing on their own. Let's go back. Before I continue on with the vegetables, I would like to take a little side note of something else that I noticed. A few weeks ago, there was this big mound of dirt, as if something had dug it up, and ultimately something did. I sprayed it with the jet stream, so it all kind of went back to where it came from. And soon after that, I noticed that hole right there, as well as this hole right here. So I am not sure what it is that is making these holes. One day I will ask my neighbor for permission to record her garden, but she did show me what she had going on, and it's actually really, really cool. I really, really want to do that with my own garden. I'm not sure if she knows that anything is back here. So in addition to these two, I have, can't really get a good shot, but I have that hole right there. I'm not sure how far down it goes. Same thing. I don't know what's causing it. In addition to that, I was noticing in my leaf mold bin over here that it has dropped down drastically. I figured some of it would drop down, plus I do have some stuff on top of it weighing it down, but I also noticed something dug that out. So there's all these leaves all throughout here. It's not a lot, but still. The point is, something's digging through here, and I don't know what it is. I believe it was last year, maybe the year before, but I came out one day and noticed next to my compost bins was a dead rat right there on the ground. I'm assuming one of my dogs got it. It was probably Theodore. Rest in peace, Theodore. I love you. But since then, I haven't noticed any other issues. I still have Eleanor. She's not as active. She only comes out at night pretty much, which should mean she should be taking care of any nocturnal animals that come out here. And then Snickers, my new puppy, he's still a puppy, so I don't really expect him too much to be on any type of garden patrol. We obviously have squirrels running around here. I think there's a couple nests up there. I'm not sure about squirrels' digging capabilities. I do know that they like to get what they can when they can as far as gardening and vegetables. I know that we have bunnies in the area. When I first moved in, the grass was really long and I was mowing it, and then this little teeny tiny baby bunny ran out. So I was scared that I was going to chop up a bunny, but he made it, and I didn't ever since. And you don't see it too often, but every once in a while you'll see a bunny running through the neighborhood. As far as other wildlife around here, other bodies of water, we do have a creek not too far. There is some forested areas. We have a couple parks in the area. I was driving through the neighborhood one day with the kids, and I noticed a woodland creature that I wasn't used to seeing. It looked like a beaver to me. It probably was not a beaver. It was probably a groundhog. I didn't stop to get a good look, but yeah, was very shocked to see it, and I was driving by, so I didn't really confirm what it was. Could be a beaver. I don't know. And as far as groundhogs go, up at the farmhouse was my first time seeing one. Kind of looked like that. But anyway, should I worry about it? Should I let nature take its course? I have not really noticed too much activity from the creatures in my garden. Let's see here. I did notice a couple of the tomatoes have fallen. I'm not sure if it was through creatures or through wind or whatever. Um, I can't get a good shot, but that red tomato, that ripening tomato, you can kind of see the scratch marks on there. So I'm not sure if that's caused by insects or by some other animal. So maybe I still have rats, or maybe it could be a rat. I don't know. Anyway, something that I didn't think that I had to deal with because I have dogs, but I guess I still have to deal with it. Moving on back to the veggies. The broccoli. I have 3 broccoli plants growing. This one, I harvested a decent size head, and these are all the side shoots that have growing. I'm allowing it to get this far because it is starting to yellow and flower, bolt, and I've even noticed now it's starting to form the pods. So I plan to harvest these seeds. As you can tell, I have a lot of seed harvesting things to do this year. And yeah, it's all for experience, experimental purposes, but yeah. As far as fruit production or whatever, it was okay. That one head plus a few of the side shoots. This one was a late bloomer. Um, it never really got a big head. At least if it did, I never noticed it. Would have been down there somewhere, right? But anyway, I do still have these to harvest, and I will. And then, yeah. I've also heard you can eat the leaves. Never heard of that before. Not yet willing to try it, but it's nice to know that I can if I want to. So I probably need to get down there to do some cleanup to clear out these yellowing, dead leaves. But next to my broccoli is the cabbage. And I believe I have 2 cabbage plants growing. Same thing, attacked by whatever these bugs were that attacked it. Its center head is not really forming a head. Uh-oh, I just broke something. But I see where it tried, so that's cool. This is my first time growing cabbage. That's okay. What is that? I see something fluttering around in there. Do you see that? I mean, it's kind of windy, but not that windy. It doesn't really look like anything significant. All right, moving on. Here are my sugar snap peas. I am not that familiar with how they're supposed to grow. We have harvested quite a few of the pods, and I see there are still some potentially growing back. So, yeah, last year was my first time growing it, and it didn't get very far. I did get some pea pods, but not too much after that. And I was trying to see if I could get more out of these ones. So I will have to do some more research, but it looks like the first harvest was probably all I was really going to get. The corn! The corn has gotten so tall. I was getting a little worried at first because it had started to fruit, and it looks like those are just about ready. And for whatever reason, the bees love the corn. Yeah, so most of the stalks have at least two ears growing on them, and at least one of the ears are just about ready. So, yeah, I do have some stalks with some ears coming in. Again, I planted them in not even necessarily on purpose, but in succession because I thought that the birds were digging up the corn seeds because it looked like there were some holes in my soil in the beginning of the season. But maybe they were trying and didn't get it because a lot of the corn did sprout, and yeah, now I have all these ears. So probably have a good 4 or 5 ready to be picked. There's a bee by me. All right. Finally, in this bed, I want to talk about the zucchini. Can I get a good shot? There. So, just in this one plant, that is my third zucchini fruit that has been produced. I do have 2 other plants mixed in there, but for whatever reason, they are not producing any fruit. I'm still kind of learning the difference between the male and female flowers of the zucchini plant. Looks like I'm finally getting one right there. Zoom. Can I get a better shot? Anyway, so that'll be the 4th zucchini this season, if it turns out okay. But yeah, out of 3 zucchini plants, looks like I'm gonna get 4 fruits so far. The season is still early, there's still potential. We'll see what happens. But just a quick little backstory. When I first started gardening, zucchini and cucumbers were some of the first crops I grew, and they produced so much that was kind of what got me hooked. I was like, wow, this isn't as hard as I was going, as I thought it was going to be. And yeah, so then last season happened, and I wasn't as successful, but I started growing other things, and I was more determined this season. So that's why I have a few plants, and I'm a little more experienced, so I know what to do or have a better idea what to do. And now I'm sharing it with you. Snickers, will you get away from there, please? Thank you. I lied. The zucchini was not the last thing I wanted to show you in this bed. Three sisters method. So corn, squash, and the green beans. The green beans are growing up this homemade trellis that I made. So I'm very excited about that. I probably need to add some more steps. I've been saying that for a few weeks now. Let's see, there's one in this gap that has fallen, and one in this gap that has fallen. So I think this dude, at least took this one. Anyway, it allowed me to clear up some of the zucchini leaves, or yeah, so I can get a little more airflow in there. But it has yet to produce any beans, but I see that it is coming along. So in addition to this trellis, it's growing up some of the corn. It's my first time trying the Three Sisters method, so I get to experience what all the hype is about. Okay, next bed. These are my cucumber plants. So I have one and two that I am letting grow. I had one, two, three others that didn't look like they were going to make it, so I just put them out of their misery and snipped them off. Hopefully, giving these two a better chance at survival and production. So, yeah, and I tied it on the fence. These are here to block this guy from chewing them up, so I don't know if he's the one that killed them, but hopefully I can save these guys. So tying them up the trellis, and hopefully I will have hopefully this stands. I'm kind of worried about it falling, but hopefully I will have a little arch of beans and cucumbers. And my beefsteak tomatoes. I am not the best at pruning, but I feel like I've done better this year. I probably should have spaced the plants further apart. So as you can see, I have one there, and just a couple inches away, one there, and then I think it's the same on the other side. So I got two plants growing up this one stick, and I think I have two plants growing up this one stick. So I have pruned the lower leaves. Some things are still kind of hanging and are still kind of close to the ground. Then as far as taking off all the runners and this and that, I kind of just lost track, and this is what it looks like now. So I actually have some fruit coming, so I'm cool with that. My lettuce plants. What's up, Spidey? What's up, Black Panther? Anyway, kind of the same thing. We did harvest some of the leaves. We did have people over for burgers, and we used the lettuce for the burgers. But this is my first time letting it go to seed. I did just watch a video on what to do. So kind of like dandelions, I guess these things turn into kind of like a little cotton thing. So that when the wind blows, they can disperse into the air. So I am waiting for these to turn into the little white cotton fluffs, and I shall harvest these seeds. Have never done that before with lettuce, so something for me to learn this year. Same thing with the radish. I did harvest a couple of the roots this season, and due to a combination of curiosity and laziness, I allowed these to get this far, and my intentions are to harvest the seeds. In no way whatsoever do I need to harvest the seeds. I have so many packets of radish seeds, but I at least wanted to experience what it would be like. So I guess there are stages of the pods, and I am waiting for these brown guys to dry out. And that is how you harvest the seeds to the radish. Right next to it are my 3 jalapeno plants. Let's see. I got Jose jalapeno right here. I've already harvested quite a few peppers, and they are still forming and coming along. Gracias, Jose. Then I have Juanito over here. Juanito jalapeno pepper plant has been producing, is still producing, and I probably need to get some larger stakes for them to climb up on or support them. But this is my first time, so I'm okay. And I did eat some of the peppers, and I must be getting soft in my old age because they are rather spicy. I used to really like that, but it's kind of bothering me. So I'm probably gonna pickle them. Pickled jalapenos are cool. What did I say? 3 Jose, Juanito. It's another JH sounding Spanish name. I don't know, but anyway, an unnamed third jalapeno plant. Sorry. I do like Jeff Dunham and his Jose jalapeno. That's what started it. And then my name is John. In Spanish, that's Juan, Juanito. So, yeah, I'll come up with a third one. Promise. Welcome to the jungle. We're not playing games. Are those the right lyrics? I'm sorry if I messed that up. Anyway, underneath all this stuff are my carrots. I have harvested one. It was way too small. Not sure if I'm just not doing something right or if it was just too close together and I didn't thin it out. I have a Detroit red beet right there. It is not looking like it's ready to be harvested. Not too far away is another one. You can kind of see the bulb, but yeah, I think I'll just give it a little more time. And do I have anything else under there? Probably, but yeah, it's a jungle. And lastly, I'm going to take you through my containers. So here are my wildflower beds: turtle bed, tire bed, tire bed. The dogs just keep walking through here. I actually caught Eleanor walking through here. So, sorry guys. And the pond, yeah, hasn't made it past this so far. One day I'll fix it. And over here, it's my raspberry. It's coming along quite nicely, actually. I've watched a few videos. I probably need to do some pruning. Definitely need to do some weeding. And I did buy a fertilizer. I have yet to apply it. I just bought it today. So hopefully it'll help get things going. This was my failed brand new blueberry plant. Therefore, I put my lavender in here. So the lavender has gotten a little bigger since I've put them in here. Hopefully they're not too close together. I didn't want to break up the roots when we transplanted them. And that's what they are so far. This is my original blueberry plant. Yeah, it's actually quite sad. When I went to Meyer today to buy all those fertilizers and things, I noticed that they had some more developed blueberry plants that were like $15. I believe these were like $7.99 when I bought them, so I very well may just invest in a more developed plant next season. What's up, Stitch? You good? All right. Keep guarding the blueberries, please. Thank you very much. The mint leaves. What can we do with the mint leaves? I did harvest some. The wife brought them to work and gave them to her coworkers. I originally wanted to plant mint because of its potential for getting rid of mosquitoes and flies. I do like to occasionally drink adult beverages, and I know that I can make mojitos out of these. And if memory serves me correctly, the the Vietnamese soup dish pho also uses mint, and I'm sure other recipes and other meals could use some mint, but in my experience, I don't have that much experience. So, but yeah. Right next door is the parsley. My original plan was to make some type of tabbouleh salad out of it. It has not ever made it that far, but it looks pretty good. Then I have my cilantro. My original plan was to make a pico de gallo with the cilantro or whatever else. I do have a lot of experience with cilantro, but they always seem to bolt before I can get a significant enough harvest. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not doing something right or whatever, but again, more seeds to harvest. And my basil, I have harvested some and it's grown back into that, so that's cool. My black opal basil, I have harvested some and it's grown back into that, so that's cool. This lavender is a little bit more spaced out, so hopefully they will produce some type of flower soon. I know it's wishful thinking, but strawberries haven't done anything. I'm hoping that that could possibly be a strawberry. I doubt it. It kind of looks like it, but not really. So, yeah, we'll see. The kiwi, it's doing its thing. I don't know what more it's supposed to do. I don't know what more I can do. As long as I keep it watered and fertilized, only time will tell. Then all of my wife's tomato plants have been moved back here. They have been producing some fruit. I have seen this guy pulling some off. So between him and whatever other animal is back here, yeah. So anyway, that's all I have for today, folks. Today's date is Saturday, July 26th. It is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The kids are away with their grandmother. The wife just went to the gym, so that allowed me the opportunity to record this video. So hopefully you liked it. I understand it's boring. My brother did judge me when I made him watch a couple of my videos, saying that I'm not very exciting. It's a gardening video. I don't know how exciting I could be. James Prigioni, shout out to you. You are very enthusiastic, and one day I'd like to be like you. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, take care now. Bye bye then.